All right. So, hey everybody, I'm Sierra. I'm the host of She Talk. I'm so happy to have our special guest today. She's a business extranor, a mompreneur, and everything in between. Is Ashley Williams. Say hello to Ashley. Yay!
Hey.
Definitely excited. Myself and Ashley, we've been collaborating for a couple of years now, maybe more, a little more now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
so we've done a lot. She's been a very great asset to She Is. And it's great just watching her expand and do everything that she needs to do. So we're going to go ahead and let her introduce herself to you for the ones that might not know her.
Okay. Hey, everyone. My name is Ashley, the owner of Exceptional Services, and we are a business management agency, and we help, business owners with strategy, with just basically organizing your business, project management. We help with efficiencies in your business, and yeah, that's really it.
Awesome, awesome. So Ashley, I know that you are coming up on a new book release. Very excited because I personally did not even know that you were an author. Not saying that you didn't have it inside of you, but it was so exciting to hear that you had this new book on the horizon. Can you tell us more about, why you decided to actually write a book?
Well, because I hate being in front of the camera. Um, and it's a part of my job, and I do feel like God is pushing me out of my comfort zone. So the book was an opportunity for me to, share my experience, share my knowledge, and share what I know in a way that is, I guess, comfortable for me, and let this be like a building block to help me get outside of my comfort zone by speaking about it. Also, is because there is a shift in the market where every penny counts for business owners. The shift is becoming, a lot of people don't really have the budget to hire outside consultants. You know, even corporations, you see them pulling back, you see layoffs everywhere. So I guess I was asking myself, how can I get the information to people
Mhm.
where they could, get what they need and don't have to break the bank. And this was the option. The book is available ebook on Kindle, Amazon Kindle, or we have the paperback. So that's why I decided to write the book.
Awesome, awesome. And while we're talking about getting out of comfort zones, what has been like your biggest challenge with getting out of your comfort zone? Because you're like me, right? You like to be behind the camera.
I
I'm the
do.
same way. We're doing better though coming out of this show.
I'm
But
trying.
yeah, we're doing better. We're gonna get this. But what is so challenging for you though when you're coming out of the comfort zone because you're so many things.
I know, I know. I think the biggest challenge is, and I spoke about this with a business colleague, is imposter syndrome, right? When I speak to people or when people reach out to me, this comes natural to help people in general. Or when they have a question about business or whatever, it comes natural for me to help them and give them the resources. Um, when I'm in front of an audience, I do get that imposter syndrome, like I'm not good enough sometimes.
Mhm.
When I know that I'm capable, when I know that I know what I know, I know this, I've been doing it for a long time, but it's still that lack of confidence, and I think it's the devil, that tells you what you can't do. So that has really been the biggest challenge. I would say my thoughts, my mind,
Okay.
like overcoming those negative thoughts and, receiving my blessings is a
Mm,
thing too. I have a hard time receiving blessings. I know
yeah.
that sounds strange. Um,
No.
it is, I do have a hard time. However, I have had people in my corner to support me.
Mm,
So I think that is helping as well.
Awesome. You know what? I was just listening to one of my good friends. I would call her a friend, I would call her a sister also, but she was telling me because I feel like whenever you get to a certain level of independence, it's hard to just be okay with somebody doing something for you, right?
It's
And
very
receive
hard.
those blessings. Like that's also a challenge that I have been having as well. And then when you're doing like the inner work, you start to realize like it's okay. Like people are telling you
Mhm.
that it's okay, but doing the work, like the inner work, building up your confidence, your self esteem, loving on yourself, where you find yourself becoming more receptive of good things and not
Yes,
just good things from, the same people, your regular circle, but good things from other people because there are other people that have good things for us.
yes,
So
yes.
I feel that with just the struggle to say, okay, I'm also deserving of good things. I'm not just a giver, but I can
Yes.
learn to receive as well.
Yes, and that is the hardest thing, right? So what I do for people, and I say this all the time. I don't tell a lot of people, and I had this conversation last week with someone. When I am, I guess, not in business mode, and I'm with friends, or they see one side of me, right? So some of my friends don't even know I wrote a book. They see one side of me. My
Right.
business colleagues see one side of me, right? They don't see the fun, and I like to hang out. I like music and all this. So I'm trying to do better with, I guess, merging the two, showing the multiple sides of Ashley. It's not just one side. Um, I am a person of multiple things. I'm
Mhm.
capable of doing multiple things. But like you said, the confidence part is what I'm struggling with. And it's not that I'm not capable. I really think it's just our thoughts, right? That tell us that, hey, look, you can't do that, or this won't work, or just comparing yourself. And I think all business owners have been through this. So
Yes.
I'm working on that. Hence why I wrote the book, because I was like, okay, if I write this book, I could take all of my knowledge, right? I
Mhm.
could take, everything and just put it out there and let people use it how they want to use it. Now, originally, this didn't start out as a book. I
Okay.
was just I was really just creating, like, I said, oh, if I could just create like a little guide, something they could download where people could get the information. And then I just started writing more, like, oh no, you need to know this, but this connects to this, but then this could. So it turned out into this book, and I'm like, okay, so what do I do with all this information?
Mhm.
And then I'm like, okay, I could put this in the book. I could write a book. And then I was like, no, I'm not writing a book. I can't write a book.
Oh,
So I reached out to, someone else, a business colleague, and she basically cussed me out in a professional way and was like, if you don't write this book and put this in the so I put it in the book, and I just put it out there, went through the steps, copywriting steps, all of this, and here we are with the
yes,
book. And
yes, which is great.
you were a part of that journey too.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I think too, like you said, the building, when we talk about the building of the confidence and that way we're able to tap into those things. It's so important. And I would say for all women, but especially for women of color, we have this shield up, like we're like, we know that we can do it. We're capable of doing it. I like to, like, people call us like octopuses. We have so many arms, even though we really have two. But
Yep.
sometimes we get in our own heads and we're like, can I really do this? When we have all the credentials, we have all the experience, but we still get in our own heads. So, how do you
Mhm.
practice getting out of your head though, and making it a daily routine for yourself to get out of your head and to pull out the things that's inside of you and just make it happen?
Let me tell you, it is a work in progress every day. I'm not even going to sit up here and pretend like I have it all together. Okay. I sometimes listen to podcasts and I hear these people saying, oh, well, I did this and that. let me tell you, it is a work in progress every day, and I
Yeah.
still feel like I am not there. One thing I try to do is devotionals every morning.
Mhm.
Um, I do that, and I try to listen to stuff that's motivational, right? So recently, I was studying the eagle and the lion because those are the two, well, the Bible refers to the eagle, right?
Right.
And those are the two animals that I noticed that is talked about a lot as far as like confidence.
Mhm.
And I started to really research why, like why these animals are talked about so much. And one thing I came across is the lion is not the biggest in the animal kingdom. He's not the smartest. However, when the other animals, for example, elephant see the lion, he runs
Mhm.
because it's the mindset, right? But the lion, he see the elephant, he attacks, is eat. So the mindsets are different. So sometimes in the humble way, I try to say, you got this, you know what you know, you could do this. And every day I have to do that. I create a vision board every year. And
Okay.
don't get me wrong, some things I don't achieve on the vision board, but I put it out there. I make it plain. And I use that. I put it in the bathroom where I can see it every day.
Okay.
And every morning I get up, I look at that. Even the mornings where, because we all face challenges every single day. Like you face life, okay? Life be life.
Yes. For
Life
sure.
be life, and I'm not. So I have to. And when that happens, I get into that mindset of, oh my God, like I feel like I'm feeling. It's every day I have to have a pep talk, and I really be in here talking to myself. My kids and my husband looking at me like I'm crazy, but that is how I keep it going. Like that's how I stay motivated. Now there was a time, even I would say the beginning of last year, I got I did get complacent, because life was happening,
Yeah.
and I fell into, I guess, a point like I'm gonna take a step back. But then I was reminded, no, you have a gift, and with everyone being so greedy, like with money and what, not saying that I do this for free, but
Right.
I need to be able to share my gift with the world.
Right.
And I need to be able to help people because at the core, I feel like that's what we're all put here to do, to help each other. Community is important. I do feel like God didn't put us here to be alone, hence why we need community. We need to support each other. So that is how I keep going. I mean, you've been a huge supporter. Um, I, I don't know. She's probably going to kill me, but Amber, from the Scented Vine,
Yeah.
she's been a huge supporter as well. So I have people in my corner that, that has really helped me on the business side.
Awesome. That's great. Because again, that drawing that internal strength is so much more of a challenge than somebody just pushing you and saying, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
It is. It's easier said than done. So
Yes,
people say, "Oh, you
it
got it," but you have to have it in your mind first. So that's why I have to, even before coming on here, because I was super nervous because I don't like being in front of the camera at all, which why people would never see me on social media like that. Um, I was listening to Miles Monroe. I don't know if you're familiar
I
with
know
him.
him.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was listening to him and I had to build up my confidence to just do this. And no one, this to me is nerve wracking, right?
Uh-huh.
So I had to really build up my confidence all morning to be able to come on here and calm my nerves. And I tell myself, you got this. You got
Yes.
this. So it's really self talks every single day and actually putting it in action.
Absolutely.
Actually, you could tell yourself you could do it, but just do it.
Right.
Just do it. Don't overthink it. Just go ahead and do it. And then you'll start building your confidence from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I want to talk to you and shift paces because you're also a mom and a wife, right?
Yep.
How do you like find balance between being this awesome, business strategist, developer, project management, all these things, and still balance, being a wife and a mom? How do you do it? Where do you find the time to make room for all of these areas together?
uh, uh, no balance. There's no balance.
Okay.
So what I do, let me put this in simple terms. My son is very active in sports, extremely active. So I have to prioritize. It's not really, I don't consider a balance because sometimes I do, have to take a step back, prioritize. I may have to wake up a little early if I know I have a long day. Okay, I got meetings X, Y, and Z. I need to wake up a little earlier today to get this done. If my son has a game, okay, I need to complete this by this so I could be at the game. I don't always, now I'm be honest, I don't always work because sometimes I don't get up in the morning because I like to sleep in. Uh, and I pay for it. But I do try to prioritize what's the most important. My family does come first. So my work would be earlier. I try not to take late meetings anymore. I used to, but I try not to do that anymore because my evenings, my brain has officially shut down.
Right.
My kids are coming home. I'm in mother mode, you know. So it's more about prioritizing and using my time wisely. Not
Absolutely.
really balanced.
I feel that because again, like people don't understand how important time is. And you
Mm,
can start at 5 o'clock and you look up and it's like 5 o'clock in the evening. You're like, where did
yes.
the day go?
Yeah.
To make sure I'm the same way. It's like, okay, if I need to get something done today, let me get up a little earlier. Like working out, for instance,
Yes.
my struggle with that, 9 times out of 10, if I don't do it first thing in the morning,
It's not
by
happening.
it's not gonna happen because I had to motivate myself. And then by the time I get the nerve to do it, something else comes up that I need to do. And I'm just like, oh.
Yep. That's
So
exactly. I mean, life be life, and nothing is going to be
yes,
perfect. And I think, especially as women and men too, because they battle things that we may not understand. Just pushing yourself through, like just doing it, and that's where things happen when you just do it. Try not to stress, try not to overthink, because I used to stress a lot, overanalyze, overthink, and I take a step back and said, I can't do that. I'm gonna die, get myself a heart attack. Stress kills. So I said, no, I can't do that. So yeah, I stopped doing that a
that's
while ago.
good. That's good. So tell us more about your book, like the title of your book and
Yeah.
who your book is for.
So the title of my book is The Art of Business Strategy, Mastering Growth and Scalability. This is for, I would say, seasoned entrepreneurs who maybe been in business for about 4 to 5 years, who may be looking for a different perspective. They're looking to change things. They're trying to understand business better. They've been doing it, but they're trying to find a new way of doing things. Um, and it really focuses on, because I want to be clear, it's not marketing strategy. It really focuses on business strategy. And that's because a lot of business owners, including me, when we first started, or we've been in business, we focus so much on marketing. I got to get the word out there. I got to get my business. People got to know who I am. And you feel like you're going in circles, you're throwing spaghetti at the wall. You When the market shift change, you're flustered because you don't know how to change with it. So I always tell people it's the difference between a marketing strategy and a business strategy. You need to do your business strategy first. Your overall business, what's your vision, what you want it to look like, which direction are you going in? Once you do that, then you start working on your marketing strategy, right? Because you have structure in your business. Now you can say, okay, I want to market these products in these way. Your marketing strategy becomes easier, and you will also find that the marketing will actually work, right? So I tell people before you start throwing money at ads. Like I always tell people, if you're limited in resources, capital, leverage your networks. You don't know who knows who. Don't assume this person don't know. You could learn from the stupidest people. You just like be open to learning from everyone. And that's why I wanted to write this book, because I wanted people to understand that strategy is important. Even some of your major corporations, they don't fully understand strategy. They hire outside consultants for strategy because it's that important.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm also, maybe I'm going ahead, but I'm also hosting a virtual book club on
Awesome.
March 10th. So if they download the book or order the book on Amazon, we're going to break it down. So we're going to take their business of, whoever is attending, and we're going to break down what that looked like, because you could read something and you need examples. And I think that's the disconnect with business owners. They, may go on YouTube or social media and listen to these people talk about strategy, but they don't know how to implement. They don't know, okay, what's my first step? I have everything, my visions, my goals. I know what I want to do, but how do I implement this? How do I break this down in phases, or actionable steps to help me get to the next level? So I think that's what we're going to do. Not think that is what we're going to do in the book club. And I'm also going to have another thing people have a hard time with is measuring their KPIs. So I'm also going to have like a spreadsheet where they could measure their KPIs and tell them what you should measure and how it should be measured.
Awesome. No, that's great. I was gonna have you talk about it. No, I think that's a great thing because again, I know whenever I was coming into business, the only thing I was hearing was market, 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 market. Nobody was seeing strategy though. Like, what's the strategy? And even now, with me pivoting again, I'm all into this. I need to have a great strategy before I, keep marketing and marketing and marketing. Like a solid foundation is so it makes sense.
It makes sense. And it also helps, like when the market changes, a lot of people don't have a contingency plan, right? So when the market changes, it's like, how do I adapt? So for like example, right now we're in inflation because eggs is high. Okay.
Yes.
So we're in inflation. And I'm saying that because I just bought eggs. I spent
Woo.
$9 on eggs. My
Me
husband was like,
too.
what? I said yes, but it's something that we eat. So, I gotta buy it. But
Right.
we're in inflation. How does that affect your business? Understanding how you can market. So that's why the strategy is important, because when the market changes, you could say, okay, wait, we're in inflation. Do we have a contingency plan for inflation and how we could continue business? So when you see like businesses going bankrupt or closing, 9 times out of 10, and it's a major corporation. So for example, Big Lots, they
Yeah.
didn't have a strategy for when the market changed. So people started shifting to online shopping, right? Like a lot of things, oh, I get this on Amazon, I get this here. By the time they started doing that, like offering online, it was too late. So I feel like your strategy, as soon as the market changed, or you could see, okay, this is going to be a shift here, you should go back to your plan and say, okay, a shift is about to happen here. What is our contingency plan? How we could, you know, keep moving forward with these changes and still make a profit. So that's why it's so important to have a foundation, a strategy. And I'm guilty of that too. When I first started, I spent Jesus a lot of money on marketing. And the sad part is I knew better because I've done it. I knew better.
Right.
I knew better. But when you work for like a corporation, if you have a 9 to 5, when you go into doing what I was doing with them, they already have systems set up. So
Right.
you're just going, when you're on your own, you don't have a system set up.
That's true.
So I'm like, Ashley, now you knew better. Now you know better than that. You should have done this strategy. And I'm like, why didn't I? So lesson learned for myself and just making the mistakes. So
Hmm.
now I'm putting this in the book because I'm like, look, don't make the same mistake that
Right.
I did. This is, let's start from the beginning before you spend thousands of dollars on ads. Understand where you want to go first and then build off of that. And then you create your marketing strategy. You're not creating a marketing strategy for your entire business, one product at a time, or like set a structure on what you want people to know. You just don't put it all out there at one time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So very important, business owners. Make sure that you have your strategy together. And if you don't, definitely reach out to Ashley because that's what her business, that's what she does. She's the one that you should reach out to if you need help with that and anything else concerning business. Now, Ashley, before we go, I do want you to tell everybody how they could follow you, how they can reach out to you, get the book, and everything in between.
Okay, so I mean, you can follow me on Instagram, LinkedIn at Exception Services. Don't expect me to show up there though. But
Okay.
I do talk to my community via email because I'm honest. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm on social media. No, I talk to my community via email. You could go to my website and sign up to be a part of the community for the emails. I hand out, I give them a lot of information.
Mhm.
The book you could purchase on Amazon or Kindle. It is The Art of Business Strategy, Mastering Growth and Scalability ebook, or you could buy a paperback, or you could order it from my website as well, Exceptional Services with an S, agency.com. That is another way you could order the book. So also, you could sign up for the virtual book club on my website as well. So
Awesome. Yes. So make sure that you do that. Again, Ashley is the go-to. She is a great resource.
oh,
She
thank
knows what she's
you.
doing.
Thank
And
you. I try.
yeah, she does. So make sure that you support her. And we definitely plan to hear more about Ashley, see more of her. She does send great resources and advice inside of her newsletters that I receive myself.
Yeah.
Very helpful, very great insight, very great, just readings, anything that you need to be encouraged as far as a business owner. You can definitely get that from getting her newsletters and just been on her email list, which is a plus. So
Yeah.
Ashley, I thank you again for just taking out this time with me today. And
Mhm.
the audience, just to let us know more about, your book release and how we can get your book, how we can support you, and how we can get you to help us with business.
You're so welcome. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate your support throughout the years. I appreciate this. I just really appreciate everything you've helped me with thus far.
No problem. Ashley, thank you for being here for me as well. You guys have a great rest of the day. Enjoy your day off for the ones that's off today.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
enjoy the
enjoy.
rest of your week. And we'll see you soon again on She Talk. Have a good day.
Bye.